Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Man Talk Mondays.
Is that still a dance move right there?
I don't think so, sir. You just might have dated yourself on that
one. What's good? What's good?
What's good? It's Monday. Welcome to Man Talk Monday, everybody. We appreciate y'all. I'm Derek, the Thought Engineer. My man, comedian John Yogi. How's it going, man?
Man, everything is good. I got the new album release date for the album. The album will be out in 2021.
The album, 2021. Wow.
Yes.
What album?
Between January and December.
You left a big window right there, big old window right there, right?
I'm trying to wait and see how 2021 is first before I commit to a date.
Thanksgiving is done.
Yes.
We're in the Christmas season now officially. December starts tomorrow. Good Thanksgiving, man. Everything was good.
Man. It was good Thanksgiving. I have to say I kind of miss seeing all my people and people making the rounds. A little different, but hey man, it's all about giving thanks. So
oh yeah. And we hope everybody else had a good Thanksgiving. Me and my wife, we did quarantine Thanksgiving here together, but it was still good. You know what I'm saying? So just hope everybody stays safe and everything during the Thanksgiving period. But ladies and gentlemen, like we said, this is Man Talk Monday. This is an open forum where we talk about everything from religion to politics to relationships. But of course, we do it from a man's perspective. Now, just because we're coming from a man's perspective doesn't mean this is just for men. Just means that we're coming from a man's perspective. We want to hear what men think about these things, right? So, by all means, we want you to participate in the conversation. You can do that by, of course, jumping into the comments. You can go into the comments, leave your question, leave your comment, and this is how you participate. But by all means, we want you to join in and talk to us tonight, right? This is an open discussion between all of us, right? But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Man Talk Monday News.
Welcome to Man Talk Monday News, and I'm your host, John D. Blackman. On today's Man Talk Monday News, we got people that just ignorant. There were 3 Denver Broncos quarterbacks who wasn't allowed to play because they had COVID. It wasn't just they had COVID. It was that they said they didn't want to put on their mask. It wasn't comfortable, and they just didn't want to do it. Do you think I feel like getting up every morning, wrestling with these people on these telephones all day? Do you think Nate Robinson wanted to actually box? The last time I seen Nate, he had a basketball in his hand. Now when you see Nate, he got a basketball knot on his head. Don't be stupid. Put a mask on. Put a mask on. I don't like masks either. But my wife said if I want to get anywhere close to her, I got to have one on. So guess what? I'm masked up. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Don't be like Nate Robinson with a knot on your head. Masked up. You think he wanted to box? He didn't want to box, but he had to because ain't no money in the house. This has been Man Talk News. I'm your host, John D. Blackman. Good evening and good night.
I have to say, I was in the store today, walked by this couple, and they didn't have masks on. They looking like I'm just waiting on somebody to say something.
I don't understand it. It's like they made it where it's like a political statement not to have your mask on.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And they're like they daring you to say something. They just waiting on somebody to say something so they can go off and talk about their rights. And yeah, man. It's crazy.
Too much, man. It's too much, man. It's too much.
Happy Thanksgiving, Abigail. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Abigail.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, It's me and Yogi tonight. We'll be talking about situation that happened to my wife. My wife was in a situation. So we're talking about tonight, man. I don't play about my woman. I don't play about my woman.
Hey, D. Every night you gotta prove your love.
Every night I gotta fight to prove my love. But no. So here's the story, right? From my perspective. Now, I'm sitting at home. Typically, I get up in the morning, do my morning routine, but I'm sitting here. My wife had just left the house. All of a sudden, I get a call right after she leaves. And all I can hear on the phone is her going hard on somebody. And in the background, I can kind of hear a man. Sound like I hear a man yelling as well. But of course, I hear her more than him. And she is going off. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And so she finally was able to tell me. She's like, this man, he cut me off, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, what? And so it's early. I'm like, I got to get my senses together. I'm like, is this really happening? So basically what she said happened. She left out our housing area. What you call it out here, but our subdivision. She left out our subdivision. All of a sudden, there's a narrow road right outside our subdivision. She's headed to work. All of a sudden, this big white pickup truck, pulls up beside her, speeds up, jumps in front of her, and then starts tapping his brakes. You know, like somebody would do to aggravate you. Mm-hmm. He starts tapping his brakes, gets to the stop sign, and she's like, what is the deal? What's going on with this crazy man? He pulls around the corner. She has to go that way. So she goes and she's still behind him. He's still pumping the brakes. Then she decides, I'm going to just jump over and pass him. Well, as she was about to do that, he jumps out of his truck, runs up to the front of the car and start yelling, verbal assaulting, just cussing her out and telling her, you black B, you N-word, you better respect me.
Wait a minute, stop. Whoa. I understand the N-word, but he didn't call her a B, did he? Because you would get shot.
He called her a black B.
Not just a B, but a black one.
No, a black B. Now let me tell you, this was a Caucasian male. And she said he may have been late 20s, 30s, or something like this. And he felt the need to jump out of his truck and yell at her. He walks to the hood of the car and he's pointing, he's yelling at her. And he tells her, you better respect me. Now, I didn't get that to after the fact. Monique said, oh, hell to the no. So I hear what's going on. I jump in my truck and I pull around there and I'm hoping I can catch him. But I pull around and I didn't see anybody. They had, she had left, she had gone. But I'm on the phone with her. I'm like, where are you? And she had already, headed on to work. She was upset. Yeah, I'm fired up. I'm like,
D, was you fired up?
Man, I had to come home and do some push-ups or something to kind of work off the, had to go jog, but because I'm in that mode, man. Now, by this time I'm in that mode, I'm ready to put hands on somebody. Like my boy Toby says, try Jesus.
I'll try you.
Don't try me. Because I throw hands. And, emotions are running high. So this is the mode I'm in. So I get back home. She calls the police. They didn't do anything. They couldn't really do anything. So I got to get her a dash cam for this whole deal. But get back home, and this is my morning where I have prayer calls, friends of mine, and normally I pray. It was not happening, so I had to pass it off to. Matter of fact, I had to pass it off to Mr. John Yogi over here.
That's how desperate we was for prayer that morning. They had prayer.
So he could pray, because I was not in that prayer mode. I mean, I was fired up. But this is, I mean, it was crazy, because you know, you go about life, you never really expect. You see things on Facebook, you see, you know, on social media, but of course, you never really expect it to happen to you.
Yeah.
But this morning it did. So we just talking about, like, my friends talked me off the ledge. Though when I got back, they talked to me. They say, "Hey, man, I understand."
I'm just curious. I'm curious. If you get around there and he's there, he outside the car, you pull up, what you do?
Let's get ready to roll.
You gonna touch him up? You gonna touch him up? Don't even think about it.
Hey, and see that, but that's where I was at the time. You know, I'm not thinking, let me get around here so I can talk to this man. Just see what's on his mind. See what's wrong with him. You know, I'm trying to put knots on heads by this time.
I'm
Now, interesting enough, Janae says run him over. So my wife says when he jumped in front of her, she thought, she started revving the engine, and she's thinking, I'll just run him over. But then she had to think again, because she's like, I'm a black woman, he's a white man. They're gonna find some kind of way to make me the bad guy in this whole situation.
Yeah.
So of course, cooler heads prevailed, and she didn't hit the gas and run over him.
So
Monique says, I believe with the lack of leadership, many of them feel they have a right to disrespect us. This has to stop. What's on your mind, man? You got someone you want to say?
You know, let me say this. Tensions are already really, really high.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so it wouldn't take much to start something one way or another. I'm just here to say this, man. That kind of stuff is really easy to get into. Yeah. But by the time, because what other people are gonna do, because like myself, if you hear me, I'm gonna put them people in your life. And for y'all don't know who the people in your life is, that's lawyers and police and everybody I can get in your life, because I'm not finna tussle with you. I got one good hit in me, one good swing, and then I'm out of there. So I'm finna put them people in your life. And the reason why though, and I hadn't always been this way, but man, it's just so easy to get into that kind of stuff, man. But you have HE double hockey sticks trying to get out of it, man.
You right. So Maurice says he going to the ER, no question.
Well, he gonna have, if Maurice get out and he's 6'10", he gonna have a heart attack anyway.
Yeah, Maurice would be a pretty big guy, man. So he probably would have took tail and ran as soon as Maurice stepped out the car anyway.
And just let me say this. So, and I hope I'm not trying to put a bone on this, but let's say you jump out, touch him up. He get back to his car, he starts shooting. Is that a situation that you're willing to die for?
For my wife?
No, don't you do that. No, that's not what I'm saying. I said, is that situation one that you're willing to die for? And let me say this. I'm not saying that if there is a right or wrong answer. I'm simply asking the question.
Okay, so let's ask the people. All right. So say I got around there and they were still there. So I want to ask y'all, what would be the best way to handle that situation? Right? I leave the house. My wife is still there. I pull around. He's there with her. He's yelling at her, and I pull up. What would be the best way to handle this? Mika says they got to be selling Audacity. They got to be selling Audacity somewhere. Hey, they better get the money back. Take it out. Go back and get a refund. Because
I don't really think they want that smoke, man. Real time, I don't think they want that. I think when it's a woman and a guy, I think most guys are like that, are cowards. I think when he see you, I think he's trying to get back in his truck as fast as he can and trying to get out of there. That's what I think. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm almost certain. If I was a gambling man, I would bet he trying to get back to that truck as fast as he can. So you pull up, he run to the truck, you chase him in the truck. I'm just curious, how do you handle it?
If I got to go to the point of chasing him, then I think my brain would have taken over enough to say, if I chase him, now I become the aggressor instead of the defender. So y'all tell me what how should I have handled this?
Because I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna talk so loud and be acting such a fool, so I'm gonna scare everybody in the neighborhood.
But let me just say this: this is a back road, and nobody gonna really hear anything. Nobody gonna really see anything for a minute.
So you could be yelling.
They gotta pull around to actually see it. Nobody coming out their houses noticing what's going on, because
so you're gonna be yelling and nobody.
No. So Beth says, baby, for me, I wouldn't be swinging after I ran him over. So Beth will hit the gas on him.
I mean, now, and if you do that, I understand that, and I'm not saying that it's wrong. But let's say you run over me, and you run over him, and you kill him. Is that situation worth dying for? Or better yet, worth somebody dying for?
Mika says, it would have been a whole different situation if you were there.
Oh, you're right. Absolutely.
So
absolutely. It won't happen if you in the car.
Right. But the fact that, and see, that's why I really wanted to get around there, just to let him know this ain't some random woman that you didn't start acting a fool with. She got a whole husband backing her up.
Because what's going to happen is you're going to get there and he going to try to explain to you what she did. He going to say, she pulled in front of me. I pulled out. She pulled in front of me. Because I'm just saying, y'all know how women drive. I'm just saying. You're going to say, you pulled in front of her. You know, they texting, they doing their makeup. I'm just saying, he going to explain to you all of this when you get up on him.
Thank you, a little trouble there, brother. Okay, so a little bit of more detail, real quick. Let me give Maurice. Maurice says, "See, that's why I'm taking my friend to the gun range. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it." And I did think about that.
So Selena in front of the car. Selena pulls. She showed a pistol.
Hold on, real quick.
Okay,
because I did consider that. You know, he was upset. Maybe she pulled out too fast and didn't notice him or something like that. But she said she pulled out. She looked, there was nobody coming. And so he had to be speeding to come up behind her so fast. But then too, the road is narrow, to jump over and pass her. He had to be speeding and be in a different frame of mind anyway.
Well, he was in a different frame of mind when he jumped out of the car, and he thought she was trying to disrespect him. So he was already on some other stuff anyway. Yeah,
but here's the thing: people say you can't control you. You can change your state just like that.
Yeah, if you had to pull up, it would have changed less like that.
You can change it just like that. If people said I couldn't help myself, no, you can control. You can change it just like that. You just don't want to.
You got to be helped. You got to be helped.
You got to be helped, and I was going to give him all the help he needed.
You was going to help
at that particular time.
And what you would have been real out of.
Sarah said, out of fear that he might harm me, I would probably do what was necessary to protect myself. All right. So protecting herself. Let's say she didn't leave. She just stayed there.
What if she ran over him?
If she had ran over him, well, I'm coming around. You know what I'm saying? maybe we got to call it in. You know, dude, because there is nobody there. This is this road. Nobody sees.
The thing about that, D, ain't nobody there until you run over somebody. And then everybody see
all of a sudden cars come in.
Cars everywhere. Everybody looking out their window. I heard. I was in my room playing the PlayStation. I heard
And Mika said he was looking for something. My feeling is that he was already on something by the time he
yeah, that's true. Absolutely, he was on something. You're right.
He was, I don't know, maybe his girl made him mad. His wife, you know, told him something he wanted to hear. And he hopped in the truck. Because if he's speeding down this narrow road, you already on something anyway. Because it's not no situation. Oh, I'm sorry, I was speeding. No, you so mad that you feel like, number one, you baiting her to hit you in the back.
Well, if somebody's speeding up, the fun thing, I had this happen to me one time. So I pull out with nobody coming, and this car was driving really fast down there. And I didn't. And when I looked one way, he wasn't coming. By the time I turned out, I look up, he coming, and he got to swerve. That's how fast he was coming. He got to swerve to get around me. So he looked in the car. He looked like he wanted to say something, but he thought better of that. Which at that time it probably was best, and he did think better of that. So we got to the stop sign, and he rolled down the window as if to say something. I looked over. I said, "Hey, man, dude, I don't know where you came from. I ain't see you, dog. That's my bad." He was like, "Okay, cool, all right, man." And he took off. Because most of the time, people, I just feel most of the time people don't want no problems. Most people don't want to people are real bad in their cars. It's when they have to get out.
And I get that. And I would have been fine until she said, he jumped out and said, "You better respect me." That let me know that he was on something.
He was on something else. Yeah, he was on something else.
Nakia says, would have shot him in the leg. I'm not shooting the kid, but you're going to feel me. You're going to know you've been touched.
I'm again, my question to everybody is it worth somebody dying for? Because if you ask me this in my 20s, hell yeah, it's worth somebody dying for. Hell yeah, I'm kidding somebody. You ain't gonna sit under my girl like that. I wonder what you think this is. Now that I'm in my 40s and 50s,
okay. So does the response change when you got more to lose?
Absolutely it does. Absolutely it does, man. I'm not saying you allow her to be disrespected in your presence. And I'm also saying, because what happened was supposed to happen. When you got there, they were gone. Because if you pull up and he there, now you got some choice, you got some decisions that you got to make. And you in the heat of the moment, your heart pumping fast, she looking at you like you better touch him up. Because I already know Selena is gonna be like, D, do it to him. Go on.
Okay, right. Because another situation happened one time. This was some years back. This is before we wasn't even married yet. We've been married 12 years. So it's been like quite a while ago. We traveling on this dark road in between. We were in New Boston. So that's like
Texarkana.
Going towards Texarkana.
Yeah.
Back there by Sulphur Springs, the whole nine.
Yeah.
We on the dark road. It's like almost midnight. And I knew something was up, so I told her to put her on cruise. Set it on cruise, set the car on cruise. She cruising. We behind this state trooper. All of a sudden, he slows down. He gets over. He gets behind us and turns his lights on.
Whoop, whoop.
Now, we know we not doing anything because set the car on cruise, right? So because we hadn't done anything, when he pulled us over, she was driving. She is on 10 already with the police on this dark road in the middle of nowhere with no witnesses. We don't know if he cut his camera on, cut off, or nothing. But so she's going in on this police officer, just going. I mean, and I'm thinking, ain't nobody out here. Here I am. I'm 6 foot. That time I'm like 240. So I'm pretty, nice sized guy. Enough size for police to say, hey, he was intimidating me. I had to, put him down. But she is going in on him, and then she looks at me like, you ain't gonna do nothing. Oh, you ain't gonna do like, you need to chill.
You like this? I don't know how.
Shoot somebody, and you want me to just now? This was before things in this nation got to this point. You know what I'm saying? It was before Obama got in office, the whole nine. Bush was in office, but it was. I'm like,
what if he had a snatched her out the car, told her to get out the car, and he handled her? And I mean, when I say handling her, I mean, what can you do? Really, what can you do?
Hey, man.
What can you do?
I don't know. It might be in the Q and Slim situation by then, man. I'm like,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just
because if he does something like that, and here's the thing that I don't think certain police understand: everybody has a survival instinct. What looks like resistance is you trying to kill me and I'm trying to stop you. And so I can easily say they were resistant, but if I'm coming at them aggressive and they fear for their life, you can't say that they're resisting. They're resisting death. That's what they're resisting you. They're resisting death.
But don't we have to be smarter in those situations though, man?
Right. But how many times have we heard, okay, just be peaceable. Okay, just be compliant. And it still did not work.
Okay. Now. How many times have we heard that? I want to know how many times have you been in that? Because when they come up to me, we're gonna leave just like we came.
Listen, Kessler say that's when you start humming Precious Lord.
Real life.
But everybody has happened to. I'm pretty sure they never thought that it was gonna happen to them. And see, that's the thing that makes, because you don't know a person's state of mind. My wife didn't know this guy's state of mind that jumped out the truck. He jumped out the truck, and she said she could tell he was nervous because when he was pointing, his hand was shaking.
Yeah, that's not what he do. That's not who he is.
Right. But listen, he got to be thinking too. But something got to be in your head that you feel like you're bold enough to jump out your truck when you are clearly in the wrong.
It's a woman, man. It's a woman, D. It's a woman.
I'm saying anybody,
it's true,
regardless of who it is, for you to feel like you can just jump out your truck and proceed to do this. Not you saw me. Why you cut me off or nothing like that? You nigga. You better respect me. That's the whole that lets me know it wasn't something, even if it was something something else he was on, you got that sitting inside of you that you got to go there.
Well,
Kessler says he can respect that 9mm when it rips through his leg. Everybody shooting for the leg now.
Well, if you come toward me, I feel like I have to do something to protect myself, and I'm gonna pull my pistol.
Right.
I'm gonna pull my pistol, and I'm probably gonna be ready to shoot you. I'm probably, because you in my space. You come to me, and I feel intimidated because I'm a little 100-pound black guy, and I feel intimidated, so I'm gonna shoot you.
Tarsha says, "What if his demeanor doesn't change when you get there? Are you still talking, John?"
Oh, I'm saying I'm gonna shoot you. If you could, well, first of all, the world is such now to where if you approach, when you get out of your car, well, let me just say this. In all fairness, when you jump out of your car, I'm gonna probably be jumping out of mine when you jumping out of yours. But if I see your door swing open, mine swinging open. But I'm not coming to fight. I got some heat with me. I'm coming with heat. So if you don't got no heat, you better not get out of the car, because this ain't no shouting match. This is a capping match. This cap. But I'm saying me, and I think every woman, every black woman, especially, probably should have a gun in the car with them.
That's what Levante says. He says, I think every woman should be licensed to carry, and I do need to get my wife equipped because of just how times are. Because if he was on something else, she could have been a real. What if he had punched the window in?
Yeah,
done something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it was good that she could tell he was afraid at the same time. Didn't stop him from saying what he said. But I'm like, man, sometimes you got to put some on somebody's mind to make them think twice.
Sure. And that could be, oh my goodness.
So Rosa said, this is my opinion. We are also living in a spiritual realm. Those who follow Christ are always going to be attacked by the enemy. The fact of the matter that this guy responded this way leads me to believe that this was a demonic spirit within him. Again, this is what I have experienced with people who have reacted that way. The fact that she was treated that way is unacceptable. And she also says that's because Selena was covered in the precious blood of Jesus. That evil spirit had to flee. Yes, but that man was about to be covered in the beads of a husband.
I
get it. Listen, I get it. But here's the thing that people fail to realize. I get the whole spiritual thing, but spirits are subject to the people. They're subject. If they only get as far as you let them get. So that's why I said, if I had showed up, he could have changed his whole demeanor. Evil spirit and all. He could have changed your whole demeanor. But my thing is, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It was a blessing that they were gone. It was a blessing that it happened the way it did. I do thank God for that. But long as God knows.
Well, but I think that well, I think it kind of goes to what the lady was saying who had the Bible scripture. I think God knew, hey, I better get them out of here because D coming, and he ain't in his right mind. So
okay,
I need to get them out of here because it's going because I think God protects over us even when fools do what they do.
Absolutely. My question to Rosie is, if it happened to you, and let's say your husband pulls around there, are you comfortable with him quoting scripture to the guy saying, "Get thee behind me, Satan"? Or do you want him to show that, hey, this is mine and I am protecting her? You will not do this to anybody that belongs to me. So if the spirit want to act up, he need to act up at somebody else's house because this is not happening here. Are you comfortable with him handling it that way?
Because I'm going to be ready to jump on him and the spirit.
Right. Absolutely.
Well. I mean, I don't know, man. And guys and women got to remember this. My woman, regardless of how spiritual I am at the time, my woman is looking at me. My woman is watching me to see if I'm going to protect her, whether I need to put hands on him or not. She looking because what she'll do is she'll get back at home when y'all get into an argument and you go to talking to her and she'll say, oh, you gonna come for me though. You gonna come for me?
Right.
But when the dude did all that, you was talking about thee and thus and thou and my brother, but you coming for me?
Right. Now she at the house. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so now you want to get off us? All right. Ari says, if you saying anything other than an apology, when I show up, I'm cracking that spine. Maurice ain't playing with y'all around here. Maurice is not playing with y'all around here.
Let me say this. I believe Maurice to an extent. Mm-hmm. Maurice don't have no reason to lie to us, but in the moment, that's what every man says he would do in the moment. But when that situation arrives, man, I believe that guy's not going to give you a reason to, because when he sees you, number one, he's going to be so submissive, and so you almost going to have to chase him to whoop him, because he's not going to want that. He's not going to want none of that. That's what people do that attack women.
Kessler said, "Preach it, Maurice." And let me hold on. Beth says, I learned in my concealed license class, if you feel your life is at risk, shoot to kill. My family do not want me to carry mines because I'll be ready. This don't happen to me. So Beth,
please, don't mess with Beth, Grace, and David. She wanted you to. Hey,
I wish somebody would.
She ride with her car outside the window like this. Run up here if you want to.
Right, it's in the windshield hanging like. Kessler said, when it comes to my wife and protection, I'm going for the juggler. No hesitation, no mercy. The South Oak Cliff way.
South Oak Cliff in the house.
It's this dude right here. You from Allen. Ain't no Oak Cliff in there, buddy. You from Allen.
I'm saying.
Melissa said, I don't leave home without my piece of steel. I'm live in a different world.
I'm simply, and we do, but we also have to be smarter, man. Listen, again, I'm not saying we should condone this foolishness because that's foolishness. But at the same time, if there is a way to escape and avoid all of that, we need to do that.
All right. So Levante says you can't drive out there for nothing. Now, let me say this. I'm a person, I'm typically always thinking, if I pulled up, I would have given him a chance to repent. That means, oh, there he go. Let me hop in my truck and leave. I would have given him that chance. I wouldn't have just jumped off. And if he was getting away, you know what I'm saying, ran him down or nothing like that. Just
what if Selena was saying, hey, man, you going to just let him drive off? You going to go get him? Go get him.
Then we can have a conversation. If I go get him, now I'm the aggressor. And then what happens is what turns into a self-defense or a defending situation turns into, here I am running this man down. That's a whole different ball game. Rosa says, yes, you did what a husband does. And if I had a husband, I would expect him to do the same. Right. Right. You want him to, you want to stand next to him and be like, oh, baby, you did that. Oh, yeah, right. That's what you want.
But what if he jump out the car to get them hands, to lay them hands, and he get them hands put on? What if he get Nate Robinson?
Oh no. It's too soon, man. Charlotte said, God definitely protects us from certain situations because he knows we gonna climb. Right. He protects us from ourselves. Absolutely.
Yes.
And I do believe that's what happened in this situation because let me just say it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've been in a situation where I've had to fight about anything. And so I'll be honest, part of me was like, oh, I get to work out today.
But D, what if he Nate Robinson you though?
If he Nate Robinson me, hey, hats off to him.
Hold on, Sago.
Hold up. But brother, that ain't gonna be no easy win. I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, it can't be because Selena looking.
Exactly. Exactly.
You got to pinch and bite and scratch and everything.
Hey, I'm tearing an ankle up or something. He gonna have something to let him know I was there. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some evidence that he didn't have something. Right. He going home with one shoe or something. What's gonna happen? But you gonna know. All right. So what if the risk of physical retaliation? What is the risk of physical retaliation for the man? All right, we're talking about man. A man decides what's the risk of physical retaliation.
If the police pull up and you whooping him, they're gonna shoot you. And they're gonna ask what happened later, but they're gonna shoot you when they pull up and you whooping him.
Right. Right. Kessler says, if you get KO'd in front of your woman, that's crap. You will never win another argument again. Right. So listen, I'm fighting for pride. I'm fighting for my house. I'm fighting for my woman. I'm fighting for my manhood. And he just upset because he had a little traffic incident. Nah, brother.
He don't understand. He don't understand.
Cheryl said, it's a double team. Hold him, babe. Hold him.
Oh boy, that's funny, man.
That's what I'm talking about, Cheryl. Cheryl talking about, we partners. We about to go in.
Hey, but let me say this. They gotta really be whooping me for sure gonna get involved though.
She gonna be the cheerleader.
You know how they whooping somebody so good, you get mad. You just ain't gonna do him like that in front of everybody.
Right. You got time to grab something out the car, hit somebody off the head or something. Come on now.
Say bite him or something.
They say, why you let him do me like that? How you just gonna stand by and let him do me like that? All right, so Mika says you want your husband to come there to defend you, but you don't want your husband to get in trouble and be labeled the aggressive party. The older I get, the more I think and know it's best for me to put the people in their life. That's not only for me, but for the family. All right. I get it. Put the people in their life. What if the people don't do nothing?
Well, first of all, I think now this is the thing. If things could have been different, if she had found out who it was, then we're talking something completely different. But I think in the moment on the back road with just you and him, you got to pull something. You got to pull something to get him off of you to where you can get to a place where other people can see. You know what I'm saying? Because on those back roads, man, anything can happen. So that's what I'm saying. If you are whooping him on that back road and people drive by and see this black man whooping this dude who has every reason to whoop this dude, they're going to call the police and say, it's a big black guy, look like he weigh about 270, he about 6'7".
Right.
He is whooping on this guy. And the police going to they're going to come over there and shoot first. SWAT going to come out. They're going to have a helicopter.
SWAT, helicopter.
I'm telling you.
Wild ain't got no Chad say somebody go high, somebody go low. Right. Chad say it's a partnership. We gotta be partners. Cheryl a real one. All right. So Cheryl getting props. She said Cheryl a real.
Cheryl just be talking. Cheryl just be talking. Don't y'all listen to Cheryl. She just talking.
So Big Yogi won't give Cheryl her props. So
we gonna do it.
We figured out that Cheryl is Big Yogi's wife by now.
You're supposed to tell about it.
So ladies, we want to ask you, what does your man have to do to make you feel protected? Right? Take this situation, and let's say you out in a club, not necessarily a club, you out having a good night out, and some guy disrespects you or what does the man have to do? How far does he have to go to make you feel protected?
Now, see, this is my thing. This is what I preach to my daughter and my wife. If by all means have a good time, do you, but don't ever put yourself in a situation where a man can disrespect you. Where don't say nothing to him, don't be fly with it, don't work in there, ain't no name calling, no nothing. Because when you call me and say, baby, such and such over here calling me out of my name, you gonna know and he gonna know when I get there, it's gonna be trouble.
Girl said I beat you every night, yeah.
Hey man, what we doing, Selena? Get her out. Right. What we doing? But real talk, I try to have them to where I know they didn't do nothing for this guy to be acting no fool with them. So when they call me and say, hey baby, this guy, and I just black out after they say this guy because I know somebody, because she calling me number one and she know I'm gonna act a fool. Yeah. So when I get there, I'm gonna know she hadn't done anything to warrant what you're doing.
Yeah, and I get that. You want their wrong to be clear.
That's all I'm asking for, because I'm going to jail.
Right.
I'm going to jail. I'm gonna get shot. I'm going to jail. Something gonna happen, and I want to make sure I ain't looking back with a knot on my head. I told you not to be saying nothing to them. I don't want none of that. I don't want that. I want to get in the back of that car and be like this. Want to do it with my chest.
Hey, with your chest. Monique said, I would pray that my husband speaks up for me, protects me. Yes, I think of his safety. That will definitely depend on the situation.
So is Monique gonna be quiet so her husband can't speak in her situation for
her? So you say so you show up, husband show up, right? Hey man, what's going on here?
Monique
going in still.
You think she gonna stop and say, "Oh, he got it"? No, she not. No, she not. No, she not. I don't even know Monique. I don't even know Monique. So I'm gonna just talk about Monique and everybody. Y'all ain't gonna be quiet because that ain't what y'all do.
So ladies, do you even speak up more now that you got backup?
You think they don't? They don't? Oh my God.
Monique, hell no.
What? Oh, what was that all you was talking before my man got here? Oh, huh? What's up now? What's up now? You think they gonna be quiet? Oh, you could. Hey, they really amped up once a man get down.
Yeah.
Go get both of us beat up.
Right. So Bev says my husband be ready. He has to calm me down because I again be ready. It's all right. So he's like, hey, all right. I got this now. You chill. I got this. So he got to talk to her first. Go put her off somewhere. Go put her in the car. Then come back. Be like, all right now, man.
No, because they're just gonna escalate it to make it worse. They don't know no better. Bless their heart. They want justice, and they ain't gonna let us talk it out. Somebody got to get swung on.
So I think Kessler agrees with you. He says I say the same thing to my nieces. Make sure you didn't do anything to put yourself in that position because I'm coming with bad intentions. Right? By the time the guy comes, it's already the situation has changed.
Who is this guy? I'm scared of him. Who is this guy with the mask on?
Kessler Robinson.
You know him? I'm scared of him.
I know Kessler. So Kessler, he says South Oak Cliff, man. So
I'm scared. I'm really scared of him because I'm South Oak Cliff and I don't know him.
Yeah, Big Yogi, he sock from way back. He old sock.
Hey, I
ain't like an old sock, holes in it and everything. Old sock. Kessler say my wife would have already put dude in the ground before she even called me. Wow, I'll be called for cleanup. Well, okay, so I see how that family roll. All right,
but most of the time, when women know their husbands will go there, Selena did well because most women would have been like, "Oh, what? Oh, you getting out the car? Hold on a second. Let me get somebody over here for you to tangle with. Hold on right there." He really did good to be able to get out of there because most of them were like, "No, don't you go nowhere. Don't you go nowhere. Here he is, honey. Here he is over here. This is, he wouldn't have got that. He was lucky that he got that."
So ladies, let us say, oh, you say he went to Mocop. That's where Kessler went to Mocop. Mount Olive Church of Plano in the house. Woo! Beth says, I really don't be doing nothing. I have some challenges in my life. Well, you probably need to stay at home, Beth. Don't be out in public, partying and doing nothing. Create situations. You never know what's going on.
Anytime somebody say, I really don't be doing nothing, you stay at home. You don't do nothing at home. You stay at home.
Okay, so Monique says, I feel that many women can be targeted.
And she's right. I agree. I absolutely agree. And that's why I'm saying you have to be smart. Remember when the girl got beat up down in Deep Ellum by the white guy?
Mm-hmm.
They was off on the street where too many people couldn't get at him, where he could kind of well on her, that kind of thing. No, you got to move. We got to move that thing to where people can see you, where you can protect yourself. Because now if you bust a cap, now everybody see what he was doing, and now you justify it. I'm simply saying cover all the bases.
Yeah. Monique says, I must say this though. Why is the question even asked? Make sure you don't do or say anything out of line when it comes to a woman.
Well,
I get it. But let me say this. Women, if you gonna go there and there is no man around, even if there's a man around to protect you, if you're gonna go there, make sure that you can actually handle the situation. Because here's the thing, just like the woman in Deep Ellum, I noticed from the video she was still being aggressive. Right now, my mom used to tell my sister, don't put yourself in a man's place. Now I know times are different these days. What she was saying is, don't get in your mind that you can just whoop a man. So just don't put yourself in that situation. And I think of what John was saying earlier. Just don't put yourself in that situation where a man feels like he has to physically handle you.
You know, man, the thing is, women don't know no better. They work, they come home, they feel like they're supposed to be able to do what we do. They talk noise like we do. They do what we do. I listen, I get it. All that's fine within your realm. Mm-hmm. Be careful not to let that get outside of your realm to where people don't know.
Say, hold up, John. Women are targets.
Listen. They shouldn't be such an easy target then. Why everybody ready to go there? Everybody ready. Everybody can't be ready.
Right. It can't be a situation where men got to come in and get physical all the time. So women are supposed to sit down without a peep.
Yes. Try it. Try it.
All right.
Listen, so let me say this. Go ahead. Let me say this. Listen, I don't want to be obnoxious, and that's probably obnoxious. I'm not trying to be that. But do you have to say something about everything? Do you have to be in it all the time? Just one time, I just challenge every woman that's listening. Just take one time off. Just say, you know what? I've been getting it in so much. I'm gonna just take one time off. I'm not a male chauvinist. I'm not. I'm just simply saying we don't have to say something about everything because everything becomes confrontational with y'all. Man, everything comes conversation. They tell me, am I lying, D?
No, and here's the thing that's a lot of women are not willing to admit. When it comes to physicalities, there is still a difference between us. And you don't want to make the situation get physical because that's what the man still has. He may be dumb as a box of rocks. You may have a pocket full of money he broke, and you can talk about him till the cows come home. But it's the minute that it gets physical, the situation can change. Unless you could be some trained Navy SEAL woman or whatever. If that's you, that's fine.
You still gonna get beat up.
But if you regular woman, you know what I'm saying? Listen, and here's the thing: domestic violence has risen in this country. It has risen, especially in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. There's been a whole thing, cry for help about domestic violence. Here's the thing about domestic violence: when a man has nothing else over you, he gonna resort to the one thing he does. And 9 times out of 10, that's physical strength. Mm-hmm. So as long as you're doing it, if you know you got somebody that ain't gonna do nothing, don't keep pushing buttons.
What Monique, you know what?
Monique said, I totally agree with the physical, but can men not use their word? We're not talkers.
Hey, and we ain't gonna
compete with y'all.
We're gonna talk women, D.
No, it's not gonna happen.
And she know that. And I don't appreciate the question.
And listen, don't always rely on a man to have that in him to back off. Because that's not the men. Just like you're not dealing with the same type of women today, you're not dealing with the same type of men. We're teaching equality. So at the same time women are fighting for equal rights, men are looking at you like equals, which means
we're gonna fight you equally.
And listen, I understand when it comes to opportunities, I believe in equality. When it comes to everybody getting a fair shake, if you're doing the same job as a man, you should get paid the same the whole night. I get that, but just understand. just trying to make this hard. You just got to understand, physically, biologically, there are still some differences. And you just got to be smart about it. That happens for a man. If a small man is dealing with a bigger man, he got to think through some things. He got to say, you know what, maybe we need to talk this through first, right?
What is wrong with all these violent women on here?
Cheryl said Becky can't whoop a bullet. You got to have time to pull it. Look at you're going to respect me. You came for me. So I said, listen, we're not getting anywhere, John. What is going on? The wheels are falling off right now. Okay. Listen. I would not expect my wife. I would expect her to defend herself. But for her to be the aggressor and keep going that route, I wouldn't expect her to do that. I would not expect her to do that, because you don't want to put yourself in a situation where a man is pushed to get physical. You do not want that. And I understand men should not lay their hands on women. I believe that. I got number of sisters, I believe that. But at the same time, do not provoke people to see what their limits are, because you don't know how they're going to react. So you just got to be careful. Rosa says, when it comes from physical strength, men have an upper hand on us women. I suffered domestic violence and he beat the no sense out of me, but I did not go down without a fight.
This has took a wrong turn somewhere. That's No.
It is wow. Wow. And listen.
Final thoughts, Nick.
Real quick. If a man is trying to defend you, women don't make it harder on him. That's all I'm saying. Don't make it harder. All right.
Okay, guys. I just want to leave you with this. Remember, this is all fun and games, man. I really love you guys. And I think women are beautifully and wonderfully made. And I'm old school, so I believe in opening doors and showing a lot of respect. But equality brings another type of animal. So while you're trying to gotta be careful when you talk about, I don't need guys opening doors for me. I don't need this. I don't need that, because you do need that. You're women. You were supposed to be catered to. You're supposed to be waited on. Doors are supposed to be open for you. I think sometimes in our quest to be equal, we lose some things in that. And women, listen, I'm all for protecting. I'm all for protecting you guys. And nobody's not going to change my guy. Nobody's not going to change my mind. I love you guys. Guys, be blessed.
As a man, when it comes to protecting our women, it's clear when the threat is external. Somebody cuts them off in the middle of the road and is yelling verbal assaults at them, or you're in a restaurant or a club and somebody disrespects them. That's clear. That's a clear situation. But how many of us men consider that sometimes we have to protect our women even from ourselves? But what am I saying? Does your woman feel safe in your presence? Does she feel secure in your presence? Does she have to ask, how the bill's gonna get paid? Does she have to question and wonder if she's still attractive to you as her husband, as her lover, even though it's been years that have passed? See, as a man, I'm not saying we got to be rich. I'm not saying we got to have, the best of everything. But I'm saying we got to have a plan. There has to be something in place to say that we're ready to handle business. We're about business. And in that, we have to communicate that plan. Now, I say communicate, not dictate. You want to make her feel valued, make her feel important, get her input on what's going on with the plan. Women are smart. They have insight. You want that. You need that. But we have to consider this when it comes to protection for our women as well? Do they feel safe? Do they feel secure even with us? That's another level of protection that we got to provide for our women. So we got to make sure that we're doing that. And that's our King Speaks for this week. Wow.
I'm just thinking, I know I got to fight when I go downstairs. I know I do. I got to fight. I got to fight.
Yeah, you're going to have to fight. You will have to fight, brother. Send your calls and send your emails to Big Yogi, you know.
Go. Thanks, guys, man.
We appreciate all of y'all that sat on here with us. Thank you for joining in the conversation. We enjoyed you guys. Great comments, questions, the whole nine. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Catch us here every Monday, 7 o'clock. Catch us on Facebook, YouTube as well. We'll see y'all next Monday.
Y'all be blessed.